Life is hard. I bought a new pair of shoes the other day, walked outside into the rain, and ended up stepping into some mud. Now they're ruined, and I'm bitter. But then I took a step back. Not literally, of course. But I really thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that nothing in life really matters. Here's why. The Earth has been around for 4-5 billion years. One day, humans became a thing, and we became conscious. This world seemed perfect for us. It wasn't scorching hot. It wasn't deathly cold. We fit right in the middle. The gravity on Earth was perfect. It allowed us to move, run, and catch animals that conveniently existed for us humans to eat. There was water to drink, and there was oxygen to breathe. It's as if we were put here for a reason. We began creating things. We began working together as a species, building empires covering the planet, and fighting each other for whatever reason. Fast forward a couple million years, and here we are today. Computers, rockets, Elon Musk. They're all here. Somewhere along the line, we also, in a way, created something out of nothing. It's called time. We've laid out definitions of time: seconds, minutes, hours, years. But it doesn't really matter. We've made those for our own use. Time is nothing more than a way to measure the passing of events. But we've only really set up these units of time based off of ourselves. A day is how long it takes the Earth to spin around once. A month is about how long it takes the Moon to orbit the Earth, and also spin around once. A year is how long it takes the Earth to orbit the Sun. Once you get about 78 Earth revolutions around the Sun in this journey called life, as poetic as that sounds, there's not much scale to these things. Once we pass a human lifetime, sure, we can judge how long 1,000, or maybe even 10,000 years are. But after that, the time scales of things are just too much for our brains to handle. As much as you think you understand the 13.8 billion year lifespan of the universe, you really can't put that into an imaginable scale on the scale of human life. The universe is unbelievably old, but in terms of the universe's lifespan, pretty much nothing has happened yet. It's barely even started. We can make predictions about the next hundreds of trillions of years of the universe's life. We can figure out how and when our sun is going to blow up. We can figure out when our galaxy is going to collide with another. We can come up with theories that describe why the universe we've been put into is expanding faster than anything else physically possible. But yet we have zero idea what happened in the fraction of a second between when there was nothing and when there was something. For some reason, as far as we can tell, we're the only conscious beings to have ever existed. But we don't even know what being conscious is. We developed consciousness only to be aware of the fact that nothing else is. We've grown so aware of our surroundings that the smarter we get, the smaller we become, as this thing we call time goes on. We begin to realize things that prove that the universe probably wasn't made just for us. You were most likely born in a hospital. If not, props to you for making it this far back then. You were your parents' entire world for a small time, which is cute. But you aren't everything. 360,000 people are born each day. Of all of those people with the same birthday, some are going to do big things and change the world. Others are just gonna die. That just happens. But Earth is just one planet in our solar system. There are 8 or 9 of those for now, for life as we know it to exist. It's kind of hard to believe that there might be other life out there. It takes so much to happen for us to be able to exist. We've discovered over 4,000 exoplanets to date, planets that don't revolve around our sun. And we found multiple examples of Earth-like planets, roughly the same shape, size, and temperature. But yet there's nothing there from what we can tell. So, if there are so many planets that could have life, why haven't we seen it yet? Why are there no signs? Well, we're just one solar system in an entire galaxy. There are over 200 billion stars in our galaxy alone. But that's just one galaxy. We're a part of the local group, which is a collection of 30 galaxies near our own. Andromeda is one of them. That's the one that's going to collide with our galaxy in about 4 or 5 billion years. By then, you'll be long gone, and soon after that, so will the Earth. The sun, at this point, will be reaching the end of its life. It's going to expand in size, and by the end, it will completely consume the Earth, shining over 3,000 times brighter than it does today. But even though our home planet will be gone, the rest of the galaxy wouldn't even notice. Billions of years on a multi-trillion-year timescale is truly nothing. But even so, there are some things that we're observing in the universe's infancy today that will drastically influence the far future. To keep it short, the universe is expanding. This is nothing new, a lot of people know this. But what many people don't know is that this expansion is speeding up. Now we don't know why, but we have an idea of what's causing it. Dark energy. I made an entire video about this, so go watch that after this. Dark energy is stretching the fabric of spacetime. We don't know what it's made from. We know it's there. We observe its results. But we don't know exactly what it is or what it's going to do. Dark energy, at least according to our current calculations, will eventually stretch the spacetime between galaxies faster than the speed of light. The light emitting from our neighboring galaxies will travel towards us at the fastest speed possible. But even this won't be enough. The light will never reach us because the space between it is stretching faster than the light that is traveling through it. It will spread the universe so thin with galaxies that when we look out to observe what's around us, we won't see anything. We're going to end up all alone, confined to whatever galaxy we end up in. But in the end, even our galaxy will start to go dark. The fate of the sun is the same as it is for all stars in the universe eventually, trillions of years down the road. These lights in the sky are going to begin turning off one by one, without any new stars to keep things running. The universe is going to get a bit colder. Depending on their size, these dying stars begin to turn into white dwarfs or neutron stars, providing the last glimmers of light in a cold and dark universe. This is the very last hope for any surviving life forms in the universe. But eventually, trillions of more years after the last stars like our sun die, even these white dwarfs will begin to dim out. Some of these neutron stars roaming throughout the universe may collide by chance, resulting in the brightest known events in the entire universe, supernovae. But once these supernovae conclude, the universe is again plunged into darkness. All matter that used to make up the galaxies we see today will begin to fall into the black holes that kept things held together for so long. The Big Bang that created the highest temperatures ever known to physics ultimately results in the most dormant, dark and cold configuration possible. From a universe teeming with light and beauty to a cold, barren wasteland. A universe dominated by black holes. But even now, the universe has just begun. These black holes are going to be around for a while, and the things we used to call galaxies with stars and planets and life are now just going to be full of black holes, and more black holes. This is how the universe is going to spend most of its time. Cold, dark, and alone. We're no longer talking about millions of years here. The time scales are now on quadrillions of years. But even these black holes won't last forever. Through Hawking radiation, these black holes will slowly, very slowly, begin to evaporate away one subatomic particle at a time. Until eventually, after all, the black holes fade out of existence. There is nothing left in the universe. A universe where nothing changes, where time becomes pointless. There's nothing. The nothingness of space, though, will continue to expand because of dark energy, a force that accounts for 70% of our universe, that we don't even completely understand yet. Matter, as we know it today, the things that make up everything you see, only accounts for barely 4% of the stuff in the universe. So maybe, just maybe, we're a fluke. We were never supposed to make it to the end, but we still have a role to play out. Today, we are one species on one planet, in one galaxy, in an almost indistinguishable part of the universe. Whether or not we came to exist, not much would be different. Every day, we matter a little less, until eventually, we realize that in the grand scheme of things, we don't matter at all. Our galaxy could just disappear. It wouldn't really change much. We came to exist in such a weird time, but it's also pretty unique. We know we're just the beginning, a blip in the universe's potential. But the only way to fulfill that potential is to start making progress today. It's not a stretch to say that there won't be others like us, random spurts of intelligent life spread throughout trillions of years. But now we're at one of those stages where life is possible, and probably the easiest it's ever going to be. You get one life to do whatever you want. There are some things you can avoid, like school or taxes. But other than that, you're free to do mostly whatever you'd like. If we can't figure out our purpose for coming to exist on this planet, if we can't figure out why or how the universe came into being, then our purpose is whatever we want it to be. If you want to sit around and play games all day, there are people doing that. If you want to build a multi-billion-dollar company that's going to help propel humanity to other worlds, there are people doing that as well. Anything you want to be or do can be done and should be done. Like I said, our own purpose is whatever we want right now. If good things are happening to you, if bad things are happening to you, it's actually not gonna last forever. You have zero idea what the future holds for you, and the most random of experiences can reroute your future in an instant. Everyone was dealt a hand in life that we honestly just didn't ask for. Some people's hands are better than others, but we all have to play with the cards we've been given in the best way we can. There's a chance that we, humans, may never figure out why everything in the universe acts the way it does. Is there life anywhere else, or are we the exception? For every answer, 100 new questions pop up. There are infinite possibilities as to how we came to exist. But there are infinitely just as many things to do while we're figuring that out. There are dogs to feed, there are people to meet, there is science to be done. So whatever you do while we figure out our spot in the universe, this universe, at least, just try to enjoy it. Because no matter what happens to you, no matter how many times you mess up, no matter how far humanity ventures out into the unknown, in the end, it doesn't even matter.